Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon. Of course, if you have been here before, welcome back. If you have not been here before, welcome. You guys know, of course, what is up with that. Today's video is going to be a fun one. We're going to be talking about actually disappointing products. So if you think that's fun and you want to see some products, mostly makeup products, I think I have like one kind of skincare product. But if you guys kind of want to see some of my disappointing products that I've tried out over the last few months, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so like I said, we're going to talk about some products that just kind of didn't work out for me. Now, I'm calling this disappointing products. I will say some of these products, of course, might work for you. And actually, some of these products aren't bad. I just don't find myself grabbing for them, or there's something about them that I just don't find works for me. So that's why they're disappointing to me. But of course, if you like these products, if you've tried them, then, you know, that's perfectly okay. Everyone has different makeup tastes. You guys know all of that stuff. I'm not going to say anything more about that. I always find it like kind of crazy the amount of things people have to say before they begin a video so people kind of don't get offended. But I'm just throwing that out there. Don't get mad at me or come for me in the comments if you don't, you know, if you love one of these products is what I'm trying to basically say. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I haven't done a disappointing products video in like a really long time. I don't even know the last one that I did. If I can find that video, I will like try to link it down below or throw it up in the cards for you guys, whatever side the card goes up to. But yeah, we're gonna hop right in. We're gonna talk about some makeup products. First, I'm gonna actually start with the kind of one like, maybe it's like skincare like prep kind of product. And this is from Pixie. Now, I love Pixie so much. They actually send me a lot of products through PR, which is amazing because I am a smaller channel. I'm not even a micro influencer, so for them to send me anything is really cool. I do have an Instagram, which I don't have a ton of followers there either, but I have more than I do on YouTube. It's at Shannon Shaw's Beauty if you want to follow me there, if you don't already. But yeah, they sent me a few things, and this was one of the most recent packages I got this in, but this was one of the products I don't like. Now, like I said, I love them. I have tons of products, especially skincare, that I love from Pixie. But this one just doesn't really do anything for me. This one's the Pixie On The Glow Multi-Use Moisture Stick. So it basically kind of just looks like a little deodorant tube, and you open it up and it looks like this. It's kind of like a peachy tone, and you can roll it up down at the bottom, and you can also roll it back down. So I'll roll it and just kind of like put some on the back of my hand. So just so you guys can see the effect. So it's just kind of like a clear, almost like balm-like texture. To me, it honestly just feels like you put grease on your face. Like, if you have really maybe dry skin, you might like this under makeup. I'm not sure. I just feel like this is so oily and greasy, and I actually have normal to dry skin, and I just don't enjoy this. I do find that it affects my makeup if I wear this underneath. If I do feel really dry sometimes, I'll try using this, but I don't know. I just don't think it does much. It feels really greasy and oily. There's no real glow other than like a slick kind of oily glow. It's not something you can put on over top of your makeup without like messing up your foundation. And I don't really like it under makeup. I don't really like it much as a skincare product. So for me, this one is just a miss. I know there are people out there that like this. If you guys use this and have a way that you like it, I just don't care for this one. Anyone with oily skin, I would say like far, far away. But even dry skin, I don't think this is going to do much for you. All right, so let's get into the face products. So I have two newer products. I recently tried one of these in my Get Ready With Me kind of video, both of these products actually, and it's from Juvia's Place. It's the I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation as well as the concealer. So these two guys right here. In that video, you see me try both. I thought it looked okay on first application. The concealer I really liked on first application, but I have to say these are both kind of disappointing to me. I don't know, the concealer, let's start with the concealer. So a lot of people haven't been saying much about this one, but when I use this, it's nice. It's like a medium coverage. I don't think it's like super full coverage. And I do feel like for some reason, this one just doesn't last on me. Like I feel like by the end of a work day, I come home and my under eyes look a little bit dry. a little crepey, and I feel like I'm missing concealer, which I don't get with any concealer. Like, I never have that happen. Even when I set this, I feel like it disappears. Like, the coverage kind of goes away as the day goes on. So for that reason alone, I don't care for this. I might mix it into other concealers. I don't know, because it's a big thing. And it was only 14, I think it was 14 US dollars, which isn't super inexpensive, but it's also not super expensive, especially for 10 mils of product. But I don't know, I don't think this is it. I have better concealers than this. Honestly, I've been using the Jeffree Star one and it's like 1,000 times better than this one, so I would recommend that over this. I just don't think this is that great. Just my opinion. By the way, I wear the shade 21 if you are curious, but yeah, I don't think that has good longevity. And then I did get the shade Caro 600 and the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation. I was so on the fence about this one because I've tried it a few times and sometimes I like this and sometimes I don't. But my overall consensus on this is that it's not my favorite foundation. I feel like this does feel heavy personally on my skin. Like, I know I'm wearing foundation. And also I do feel like it's finicky. Like, it's like sometimes, like I said, depending on what primer you pair it with, it works better than other days. And I don't like that. I have foundations that work with any primer I use. This is not one of them. And also I have foundations that work well on their own without a primer, because as you know, I'm not like a huge primer girl. This one, it's hit or miss. Even on its own without a primer, I just feel like it doesn't have the best longevity on me. And I don't know why, because I have pretty normal skin. I also find by the end of a work day, I look a little bit cakey with this one, and it kind of gathers up in my nose area. I don't know, it's just not my favorite foundation. I will probably use it a bit. Like, it has really super full coverage. That's the plus on it if you want super full coverage. So I could mix this in with other foundations. I will try to use it up, but it's not my favorite. Kind of sad I purchased it, and I think you can get better foundations for $20 in my opinion. This is 20 US, so more in Canadian, so I just think there's better options at the drugstore even than purchasing this guy. Alright, so the next product, I actually did a whole video on this product. I did a fail video on it because it stopped working after one use, and that is the Patrick Ta We Love Her Pink Pearl, the Major Glow Highlighting Mist. So this guy right here. So they actually reached out to me, Patrick Ta's team actually reached out to me on Instagram, whoever runs their Instagram page, saw my video, essentially said they'd like to send me another one because they really thought I got a faulty one, which I know now I got a faulty one because this one I've had this for a while and I still have product in here, but I mean, it still doesn't feel super full for the price. It's like 40 Canadian, so, but definitely the first one I believe I did get a faulty bottle, unfortunately. So they were nice enough to send this out for me to try it again, and basically said, you know, we hope you love this one. Listen, I have this on right now on my shoulders, and I have it kind of like on my collarbones. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but I do like to wear this on my body. I think it looks pretty on the body, but there's not a lot of product in here, and if I use this all the time on my body, I'm going to be out of this probably within a couple weeks. So, and honestly, I bought this for my face to try, and I just don't find it does much on my face. I don't find this super glowy. It has kind of like a wet sheen to it, but it's like really hard to apply. So that's my gripe with this. I don't think it's a terrible product, but I don't think it's practical. Like, I don't think it's one of those products that every person can buy and use because it is really difficult to apply without getting it on your eyes, without getting it all over your face. So I don't like it for that. This is why it's disappointing to me, and also I had to go through the whole process. It took quite a while for me to get this. I had to send it to my box in the States because for some reason Sephora never answered my complaints on this within the 30 days that I was trying to get a refund or get a new one sent. So Patrick Ta themselves sent this out, which thank you to them. I think that shows amazing customer service, and I would definitely try other products from them. Like I said, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a practical product, and that's kind of why it's disappointing to me, but I will use this up. I'm going to use it on my shoulders. I think it looks really pretty if you use it like all over your body, but like I said, not a lot of product, and it's just not something that's practical or that I would repurchase. All right, so we're going to talk about, I don't like this part. It's still in the packaging, by the way. Aladdin Matte I was sucked into this collection because I like Aladdin, but not only that, I just like the packaging. I'm like a packaging person, and I thought it looked so pretty. Now, I will say I did purchase a lipstick, one of the amplified ones. I think it's Friend Like Me. I love that lipstick. I love MAC lipsticks anyway, especially like the cream sheen and amplified ones. So I'm happy I purchased that. But I purchased this palette, this tiny little minuscule palette, the Aladdin palette, I guess. And then I also purchased the highlight, which I did gift to my brother's wife because it was just a little bit too dark on me. It was a pretty highlight. It was nothing crazy, but it was pretty. It just didn't work on my skin tone. But then I did get this palette. First off, I don't know if you can tell how small this is. Like, this is the smallest palette. Like, it's so, look at it by my head. It's just so tiny. Like, it comes in the same, this packaging is the same as the highlighter packaging. So a normal MAC highlighter compact, like the smaller highlighter compacts. That's what, like, how small this is. Like, it's so, and this was like $46. Like, look how small that is. And I don't mind getting small palettes. Like, I don't. That's the colors, by the way. I don't mind getting small palettes, but this is just too small for the price point. And honestly, the quality of this palette, I think it's okay. I don't think it's worth the money. It's so small. I don't think the quality is amazing. I've actually tried a couple MAC shadow palettes and haven't been overly impressed. I think the matte shades are fine. Again, nothing out of this world, but they're decent. Metallic shades, this one right here, which looks like so pretty, this kind of duochrome one, like, can you see that? Like, look at that. You can barely see the swatch on that, and honestly, even when you dig into this or wet it, it intensifies a little bit, but then it doesn't really translate on the eyes. So I don't know, I think the metallic shades are underwhelming, which is strange. You would think they would be the best in the palette, but they're really underwhelming, and the matte shades aren't that great either. So not overly impressed by this. Not worth the cash. I know it was limited edition. I like the packaging. It's cool, but it definitely was not worth it. All right, so I have another eyeshadow palette I want to talk about. Now, this one's hard for me because I actually think this is a decent palette. I don't think the quality is like shit or anything. I never reach for this. This is like one of those palettes I bought on sale, and also I feel like all the matte shades like muddle together so poorly, and like the color scheme just does not go together. It doesn't. I love the packaging though. This is the Volcano Goddess palette by Becca. So this guy right here, I seen it on sale and I thought I'd pick it up because I thought maybe it wasn't as bad as like people said it was. And it has a huge mirror. Like, look at that mirror. Beautiful mirror. These are all these shades that are in here. And these metallic shades are actually really, really pretty. But all the matte shades, like, they're all just like, it's more on the cool tone. They don't really go together. And some of them are so similar. Like, this row here could have been different shades. These like all muddy together. They all look the same on the eyes. This is like all satin or shimmer shades, and this is like really kind of glitter shimmer shades. So like, this is what you have to work with mainly for your crease, all the same shade. And then you have a couple satin shades you can throw in the crease if you don't mind using like a metallic-y satin shade. And then you have these like pops of kind of like golds and copper and blue. The shades are not bad. Like, I love this kind of gold shade, Gilded. I think this one's really pretty. I like Lava. It does take some work to pick these up sometimes, and I use my fingers for them. But if you pick them up on your fingers, they're really pretty. So that's those. Like, they have pigment to them. It's just that the other shades, like that blue, it's not really impactful, but you know, you can build that one up and it's pretty. But the matte shades are just all the same. They're all the same cool tone shade. The matte's like all just like the three pretty much similar shades, don't really do anything. I don't know, the whole color scheme just doesn't go together. I think this could have been a good palette if they picked a different color scheme. Like, mix the warm tones and cool tones better than this. I don't know. I didn't like this. I don't think it's a great palette. Like I said, there are some hits in here, but there's a lot of misses, and most of these shades like just muddy together. They don't look like anything kind of multi-dimensional, I guess you could say, on the eyes. So this one just wasn't it for me. We have 2 more products to talk about. This one's actually one I got recently in my Boxy Luxe. This is the Tresnique, I'm not sure how to say this. It is a mascara. I don't know what it's called because it doesn't really say. The Good Vibes mascara, I guess it's called. So this is what it looks like. If you take this off, it has like an eyelash curler, which I actually think is kind of cool, and it works decently, but you have to do your eyelashes in sections because it's so tiny. But other than that, like the mascara, I don't know. It's just, it has a decent wand. I just don't. It takes multiple coats to get this to look as good as other mascaras I own. And I think the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara, I love that one. I use it all the time. 1,000 times better than this. And I know this is way more expensive. I don't know much about this brand, but I don't like this. I'm just going to say it. I don't think it gives you a ton of volume. I don't think it gives you a ton of length. It's more of a wet formula. It just, you had to apply multiple coats. It's not black enough for me. I don't know. It's just not, I like the cool kind of innovative idea, but if the actual mascara isn't good, I'm never going to use this. So to me, this was just a miss. I mean, I got it in a Boxy Luxe and I liked everything else in that box, so it's fine. But I thought I'd mention it because like this just isn't it. Don't buy it. Yeah, it's crap. All right, so the last product I'm going to talk about is a lip product. This one is from NYX. I like a lot of products from NYX. I like a lot of their lip products. I actually got this one to try out from Topbox. I purchased 5 different products from, I think most of them or all of them were from NYX. And basically I purchased them and they refunded me and I was supposed to give a review on them. So this one I've tried a few times and it's just a weird formula. I don't really like it, so I don't use it. It's the NYX Candy Slick Glowy Lip Color. And the shade I have is Sugar Coated Kiss. So it's just a light pink shade. I love the shade actually. It has a normal doe foot applicator. And then this is kind of it swatched. It looks really pretty. The thing with this gloss is that it's like, it's a thicker gloss, but it's like see-through. Like it's not, it's really streaky. Like it never goes on like opaque enough. And even if it wasn't opaque, I'm okay with that, but there's just something off about how this applies. It does have a nice scent to it. And also it feels cool on the lips. It's like cooling. You can feel it on your lips, almost like a cooling sensation, but it just never goes on the way I want it to. It's always a little streaky. It doesn't stay on the lips very well. It gets kind of gloopy. I don't know. This just for me was a big miss, and it's kind of sad because I like certain parts of the product, like the cooling effect, and I like the shade, and I like the feeling of it going on. I just don't like how it actually looks, especially if you go to like rub your lips together. It really looks terrible after you do that, and I do that all the time. So for me, this one just doesn't work. I mean, I'm not saying no one's gonna like this. I just didn't think it was a good product, and I've tried better products from them. Like I like their butter glosses. I like their liquid suede lipsticks. I think they're really good. So I would try one of those, but that for me was just a miss. All right, guys, so that's actually going to do it for this video. Those are all the products that I wanted to mention today. I'm sure I have other ones floating around in my collection, or maybe some that I've gotten rid of, but those are the few that I kind of picked out, and really when I thought about disappointing products, they came to mind. Let me know what products you've tried recently that you didn't enjoy down below in the comments, or let me know different ways you might have used any of these products to make them work. But yeah, that was just my opinion. I hope you guys liked the video. It's good to let you know, of course, the products that I don't like. I don't just love everything I try, so those are the few that I rounded up for you guys. Like I said, if you did like this video, make sure you do give me a thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. Hit the subscribe button down below, and also hit the bell notification because you guys know I am not the most frequent uploader. I tell you that every time. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye.